You were always on my mind. Oh, you were. Good morning. It's 6:30 now, and once again I'm traveling into Singapore. Okay, so of course every single time before I go on a long distance drive, the things that I usually do, check my tire pressures. Of course, I have my in-car tire pressure system to check that, and of course the fluids, the engine oil, and all that. And of course, my cars are always equipped with fire extinguisher and a portable tire pump. Now, some of you who may know, earlier on I changed my tires. My Audi RS6 has are actually on Pirelli P0s, and it's been like 3-4 years, and then of course I do Genting runs and all that. So I'm very happy with the tires because it's a ultra high performance tire, excellent grip, and it's comfortable. And another thing is that if you saw my tire changing videos, there are actually foam pads all around the inner wall of the tires to cut noise, to absorb, you know, to improve NVH basically. Very rarely you find ultra high performance tires that has NVH improving designs integrated in there. Now, another thing is that I'm very happy is that um, because Pirelli is distributed by Tyre, all right, which is under Kit Long tires, and I have to say their distribution is amazing. When I was in Penang and in my Aston Martin, and when I was hitting there, I noticed, hey, the tires grip levels are not there, and it was rainy season. I was like, I can change my tires prematurely. So when I hit out there, I went to our Evo Club Penang's place, which is called Drop the Top. Um, and of course, my colleague in Penang, Chu Yang, told me the only sizes available, again, is Pirelli. Same thing. So that car has Pirellis as well, and this car currently has Pirellis as well. So Tyre has announced, I mean, together with Pirelli, they have announced their tire assurance warranty program, which is fantastic. So basically, if you buy any Pirelli tires from their official distributor, Tyre, from now onwards, you get 6 months of one-to-one replacement. Of course, there are terms and conditions. I mean, don't think that you can buy the tire, go for a drift lesson, and then blow your tires and then go replace them. It doesn't work like that. They have a very sensible measure in their terms and conditions that within that 6 months, if your tire thread usage is not more than 6 mm is quite a bit, all right? So they are very good at that. They are very reasonable in a way, very reasonable. So if it is still within that threshold and you damage your tire, be it by pothole or curbs or whatnot, basically it's a damage that was being done on roads under reasonable condition. I mean, you don't take your ultra high performance Pirelli and go and do off-road, and then because the damage can be seen, what type of damage it causes. Basically, they come up with this program from a genuine perspective of wanting to give assurance to tire buyers. People who have driven long enough, I have experienced that personally. Just bought my tires, and back then tires are expensive. Just bought my tires, and then within a few weeks, I hit a pothole, and boom, there it goes. And then I cannot do anything. And this is really good. All you need to do is you buy from official distributor. You have your official receipt. You have your serial number, and then you go to this website. And then you go to their website. You register your tire. You take a picture. You upload it, and then your tire that you purchase is considered in their system. And this gives extra assurance to anybody especially when you're buying. I mean, to whoever it is, I mean, to everybody, tires are expensive stuffs, right? And really good for Pirelli to come out with this. And I'm glad that, you know, there is a certain degree of assurance there. So there are further terms and conditions. You can look through it, but I've read through it. It's very reasonable, and I mean, who doesn't welcome something like that? All right. So you can head to your nearby Tyre area, or you can look through the website which dealers are nearer to you, and then you can go ahead and make your purchase. Trust me, the work that Pirelli and Kit Long and Tyre has done in making sure that tires are well distributed. There's no use telling me how good your tire is if I can't buy it. And this size is not available, that size is not available, this isn't available, that you need to wait. I mean, so yeah, all right. So go check it out, and yeah. So another thing to add, when you go into Singapore now, you see this auto pass. All right. Now, back then, going into Singapore is pretty straightforward. All right, you arrive. Let's say this car has never entered Singapore before. You just drive your car. You go to Singapore immigration. You pass them your passport. They tell you your auto pass. You say this car is the first time coming in, and then you drive further up to a place where you park by the side, which is the LTA office, and then just tell them you need to apply auto pass. The uncle will come out and look at your road tax if your road tax is valid, and then they will issue you an auto pass. All right, you get your auto pass. $10, and then it's loaded inside it, and then you can slot your auto pass in, and then you enter Singapore. Then after you enter Singapore, you can reload your auto pass at any 7-Eleven and other places, or petrol stations if I'm not wrong. And then you can use it to go into parking lots, blah blah, and all that. Basically is pretty useful. You pass by certain ERP tolls, and then when you exit Singapore, you slot auto pass in. They will charge your car. They will charge your card. So back then it was pretty straightforward. Now, post-COVID, it's a little bit troublesome. I have to say, it's a little bit troublesome. So the whole process now consists of you applying online. Your car's registration card, your insurance has to be valid, and then you submit these documents online, and then you have to do this 2 weeks in advance before your travel date. So no such thing as, oh, suddenly I need to go Singapore and then you can go there. No. 2 weeks in advance at least, and then you do your online submission. You wait. They're quite fast in a way. That's good. Probably 2 days or so you will receive an email, and that's not done yet. After you receive your email, and then there are further instructions that you have to go through, and then then you receive the email and says that it's approved. Once it's approved, the physical card is being prepared in Johor Bahru. I kid you not. Or some office before Tuas or Woodlands. Basically, they have places that prepare the card, and you go there and pick it up. All right. And it's not immediate, all right? It's not like immediately you get the approval letter and then you can collect your card. No, it's not immediate, right? So once the card is ready, you can go there and pick it up. And there's a long queue. So after you pick it up, and before that, there is also the white card, Singapore white card, which you have to apply online as well. You need to prepare your COVID certificate, your QR codes and all that. Submitted, and then wait for the approval email. After the approval email, they will send you another email. All these things is a lot of process. Yeah, but at least it's a process. At least there's no empty waiting time. I mean, it's done. The one thing that I cannot stand now, currently, going in and out of Singapore, is coming back into JB or Tuas. For some reason, back then it was pretty straightforward. You pass Singapore immigration, you just go Johor, and then you have multiple lanes to choose from. I do not know why the authorities in Johor basically renovated the roads, You see, back then, sometimes when it's not busy, they use barricades to barricade up. I mean, I'm fine. At least you can see that they can open up more lanes if they want to. But now, they actually renovated the place, change it to a bottleneck by construction, by design, by infra. Basically, there is no way of changing it. They changed the roads to bottleneck to one lane and then open back up. Why? I do not understand this. All right, this makes the whole commuting time, for no reason. It adds another 2-3 hours even at non-peak hours. So I do not know. Let's hope this round is better. But that was my experience last round when I came back from Southern Siege. All right, cheers. Now to have all my tire pressures correct and perfect, because even though you pump them properly over time, driving and all that, they will have a little bit of variation. Alright, now I'm gonna pump my tires. Okay, a word of advice. When you go to a petrol station to check your tire pressure, just to feel out everything right, sometimes don't trust the machine entirely. So I was at a different pump just now, and I know my tires are not old. I just changed my tires and pump my tire pressure. And of course, when I go to Con's place, Evo Club Car Wash, when they wash my car, they also check the tire pressures. But of course, I went to the Audi Drive and then Genting Run and all that. So when I was at the pump just now, as I plug it in, I pump the front tire first, because sometimes you are at a spot that you're unable to read the meter reading, right? So you just trust the machine, you just put it there, and then you wait for the machine to sound. And it was quite a wait, as I was there on my front left tire. It took a while until it sounded the beep. Then when I went to the pumping the rear tires, because I shifted the car, my wife was able to see the meter, and then she rolled down her window. She was like, no way the rear tires are 80. Cannot be, a KPA, not PSI. It cannot be. 80 is too low. Then we made the conclusion that that pump is faulty. So I went back up my car. As I was rolling to the other pump, I fired up the in-car tire PSI display. It was showing, I wanted to pump 45 PSI. 45 is the figure that I wanted for my car, even though the door states that front should be 44, rear should be 46. But I just pumped 45 for all four. I mean, I'm lazy to change 1 PSI. Anyway, as I got up, right, it was showing 60 over PSI. That means that pump was reading below what it is. So just take note there. Sometimes if it's not logic, take note. And it will be good to have your digital tire pressure readout if your car doesn't have an in-car readout. Alright, so that's a word of advice. So just to wrap up my video, now I'm on my journey to Singapore. The Pirelli 360 Tire Secure Program consists of 5-year manufacturer warranty, which from the date that your tire was produced, basically when your thread wear starts being used and all that, you have 5 year of manufacturer warranty, whereby if the failure is a result of manufacturing defect, let's say the metal strips inside, or the peeling of your threads, it got peeled off and all that. I mean, these things may happen sometimes. I mean, because every tire maker makes like hundreds of millions of tires every year. So if it is a manufacturing defect, there's 5-year warranty. And for road hazards like potholes or expansion joints or telco covers, bad roads and all that, there's a 6-month warranty, which is and a one-to-one exchange. Now this applies for all 17-inch and above. Okay, so yep, now you can buy your Pirelli tires from official distributor Kitlong, Tyre, with a peace of mind. Alright, so knowing that in any case, within the first 6 months, and of course with reasonable usage, right? Because it has to be your tire threads still greater than 6 mm, and you can actually have them replaced if you met any road hazards and the tires were damaged. Because truth be told, 17-inch and above tires are expensive, and with 17-inch and above, they have the margin to come up with such a program to secure users. To be honest, if I run a tire brand, I will not offer this type of warranty for my customers, because it just doesn't make sense. To me it's a goodwill from the manufacturer, because road conditions are so diverse, right? There can be a glass there can be a stone there can be whatever there. I mean, it's not the fault of the customer, nor the tire maker, nor anybody's fault, because a road being used daily like that, I mean, things may happen, stuffs may fall on there, and for them to come up with a program like that, I think is very, very good. Alright, so on my journey to Singapore now, let's hope I have a safe trip there, to and from, and my tires as well. And to those of you out there, do check your tires frequently. I mean, man or woman, I know this thing most ladies ask, it's like, how do you do this, yeah, just get a brother or a family member, to teach, or go online and learn, because it's very important. It's about your safety. Or if your car is being washed by Evo Club Car Wash, they will check all this for you anytime. Alright? Cheers.
And I guess I never told you.
What luck. You were always on my mind. Oh, you were all. Safely arrived. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yep. Singapore. Supposedly faster than the Malaysia side, but as Malaysians exiting or entering Malaysia side, for us it's faster. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, the 6-month road hazard warranty is for Malaysia, but the 5-year is international for Pirelli anyway. Cheers. The surrounding is just prettier here.